So, it's currently whatever year it is. You're still worrying about a bunch of nebulous interpersonal things while you serve or don't serve lots of customers or your dead-end or truly fulfilling, temporary or terminal, job or non-job. Eternally online, your bloodshot eyes look somewhere they don't normally look, and as a result, you notice anything at all that you don't normally notice. Like the sunset out the drive-thru window you forced smile through every day, the blurry, bluish mountains you can see from the horny jail guard tower, the clean neon lighting illuminating the Rocket League Cookie Clicker Goat Simulator Finals arena. You see what's in between, the aesthetic you're not publicly allowed to actively enjoy for very long. The guilty pleasure of peace, despite a world still thrumming spitefully around you. A quick, barely coherent thought flashes in your mind. How could what's out there be so solemn, bright, urgent, unyielding, philosophical? Beyond all this, why couldn't something be hidden in the rigid line spectrum between everything? Why shouldn't it all be worth it? Then things go back to normal. Another order, another meeting, another drunk dude screaming his wife, his mother, his mistress left him, now stumbling and escorted off the world stage. But for a microsecond, you understood. You briefly felt the brutal honesty in swing sets, subways, skyscrapers, a few billion souls burning for meaning in a world with enough noise to distract everyone for a few 100 billion lifetimes. In an environment with so much, so often, so everywhere, it's kind of hard to lift your head out of the whirring scream of everything. Your attention has been captured by the most effective attention-capturing media machine ever engineered in human history, and it shows. Your brain has been beaten into humming submission by a million bots, a billion incels, a trillion podcasters pirouetting and metal voicing.
It's all nothingness. Just eat sustenance, find someone who can give you climactic brain feeling, and die having clawed your way through this invisible, terrifying, universal, torturous state of nature.
You don't pick up on the weak beta insecurity and the subtle 500 emails they keep sending asking for a small $500 definitely groundbreaking new coin launch donation. You don't see the invisible word salad story of unseen princesses and faraway tilted towers they're selling you. You don't realize you're losing glimpses of what's in between, disregarding reminders of what you actually genuinely care about, what you've always cared about. That pure interest in trains, cyclones, dinosaurs, vacuum cleaners, Minecraft speedrunning, linguistics. A buzzing white noise nothingness in front of you is desperately training your eyes to wander forever across meaningless static. And it doesn't have to be like this. No, seriously, bro. Listen to me. It doesn't have to be like this. No one asked to be hooked on Reels, TikTok, celebrity armpit pics, scrolling up or down, searching for that final best quality, greatest value, highest high dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin rush. No one wants to be stuck laughing and crying for hours when just washing paint dry would probably have been better. It's a cycle our brains can't help perpetuating, a road to nothingness, paved with nothingness, running through monotone non-towns of absence and nowhere. A small part of you keeps saying that something, everything is wrong, but you're not willing to admit to yourself that the torrent of everything's where the nothingness begins. You're not willing to treat the uniform up and down obsessive hunt for extra satisfying, extra explosive red solo cup requiring slime tutorial as the ideological sickness it really is. Why pass the time looking at what's in between when there's a tiny chance you might find that next chemical rush 53 more reels down the line? These pseudo-omnipotent apps, websites, billboards, pop-ups, tattoos, mega stadiums currently have the perfect business strategic online, offline, unregulated oligarchic opportunity to demand your attentions every femtosecond and advertise till you're the one humbly asking if you can
please purchase one $700 Foid bathing fluid product, Your Excellency, if you'd only just also be willing to live 24/7 rent-free in my head.
They're continually begging you to ignore any and all aesthetic appreciation inspired by those mountains in the distance, those internet checkpoints, any media giving you unwavering faith in yourself or your ability to affect the future. They want you to think that what's in between the spinning, all-encompassing, haunted giga-carnival of nothing is just some dumb, fake, happy illusion caused by a stupid trick of the light. Another dull part of dull everything contributing to dull nothing you already know is in everything. You need to realize that your brain is being cynically, systematically wired by a million self-interested people and companies to ignore genuine awe. Awe at landscapes, music, relationships, paintings, community, humanity. You need to recognize the bitter obsession with passing the time by any means necessary they're desperately, violently selling you. You need to see that the droning wail of nothing propelled by a hyperchromatic, chlorophyllic, individualist drama farm onslaught of everything is just an intricate corporate defensive story shrouding genuine, well-sourced hope or meaning in between. And as usual, they keep desperately self-preservingly trying to show with facts and logic and ads and promos that the belief in an eventual true unshrouded in-between shouldn't exist.
Look! Slot machine addicts, doomed League of Legends 5 out of 10s, one-dimensional psychopaths roaming the streets. Let's point at all the individual reasons there's no meaning at all in the world. Pain is here, pleasure isn't there. Personally, I've seen enough. Are you convinced yet that everything is nothing and nothing is everything and everything is nothing and nothing?
They're 2 + 2 = 5 gutturally roaring that everything terrible you see in front of you right now is all there is because they're desperate to keep you docile and doomorous and unwilling to fight for your dignity. Their last breath shrieking that you should just give up, burn cherished family heirlooms, laugh maniacally at the absurd unconquerability of your plight, and sit on your bed watching noisy, colorful ragebait for the rest of the month, the year, or your life. You watch everything and nothing, they say. You are everything and nothing. You jump in to save them with smaller, enormous pity donations while they splutter and pervertedly pretend to drown. And you'll keep supporting them while they thrash and struggle and squeal and moan with a barely concealed euphoric glint in their eyes. You'll keep running up sets of carpeted stairs till you've experienced every last rug pull. You'll keep wasting your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s while they benevolently confiscate your kitchen, bed, shoes, shower, kidney, and second monitor. You'll keep staring out the window at nothing, everything on your mind, and nothing visualized in the future. Unless you ignore their desperate, easy, non-binding pleas for more money, this time I'll pay you back. Unless you stop groveling at their podcasting, advertising, board meeting approved WikiFeet photo shoots with
Please just give me 5 more seconds at this vegan gazillionaire AI meet and greet.
Unless you force yourself to avoid the clicking, braying, screeching tsunami of everything systematically designed to entirely distract you. To succeed, you'll need to pry your full attention away from the feelingest of feelings, the truest of truths, the philosophiest of philosophies you had already vibes plus anecdotes-based summoned from this death spiral tapestry of concepts, arguments, reasons, revolutions, devolutions, last hurrahs. And instead, fix your eyes on a wall or the floor or a chair or the sky and stop thinking, concluding, sinking into staticky, noisy, alarming, and awkward despair.
But what-wise, all I see when I look at the McDonald's broom closet wall is blank tiles and for sure just mayo stains and nothing that seems any different than everything. What if I have no in-between to look at?
If you think you'll definitely never have an in-between, you're probably still weak and trapped in the brain state of everything or nothing. Still expecting something, an in-between somehow different from the infinitely colorful, infinitely stimulating white noise everywhere to suddenly magically manifest in the doorknob or the distance or the camgirl interactive chat. Like a Coraline door you can jump through to escape your aching, unanswered despair caused by everything and nothing. You don't see that everything and nothing are two sides of the same crypto shill mindset. Two ways of lumping the world into a vague, badly defined conclusion that everything is pointless and nothing matters. You're bootstrapping thoughts to arrive at conclusions you already came to 5 years ago and pretending you're intelligently figuring them out all over again every day. Wake up! The everything you believe exists everywhere may be pointless, but it isn't actually everything. It may be true instead that the nothing that matters to you right now is in fact just distracting from something. There's always a bigger picture, a smaller picture, readers adding context, a fourth, fifth, etc. dimension. You have to jailbreak your brain out of this everything, nothing, where is my state-mandated sense of purpose and meaning in life, please, I ordered it on a silver platter 20 years ago mindset. The in-between doesn't exist right now for everyone. A few people may never see it. But the fact is, your life, as someone living, just feels way more whole when you can visualize your agency-pilled future to any extent, even if visualized between the thighs of submissive anime dominatrix. When you can walk down the street knowing you're actively working on something, anything you care about, and that you're intentionally taking a well-deserved break. When you feel the potential beautiful future order of the universe behind the confusing, exhausting chaos of naturally increasing entropy. When you finally internalize that your actions right now will actually shape that real eventual future. And my question becomes, how can you rewire your brain so you sense the unceasing existence of an underlying in-between? What can you do right now to build up your mind, your interests, or your sociability so that you can self-impose attainable goals to pragmatically work toward? How can you gamify your happiness by rewarding yourself now for actions that will pay off in the far distant future? The in-between isn't a thing you're just magically arbitrarily born seeing. It's a mind state corresponding to strong external belief or non-belief in anything beyond daily life that feels both super tangible and non-necessarily religiously greater. Your in-between goal could even be to feel a fullness in the in-between feeling, or just to feel the in-between feeling at all. And remember, each of us needs the in-between feeling more than ever right now. In this contemporary avalanche of online words, images, weak treaties, strong urges, we're now hurtling toward a flashy, violent supernova marking the true apathetic death of sincerity. It's not more simple or complicated than widespread overstimulation left almost entirely unchecked from every angle in every situation. As a gazillion people have said a bazillion times, an excess of any good or bad thing is probably most likely to be overall bad. All we are is a species with a gamblecore tendency to enjoy making pretty buzzing noisy buttons make pretty buzzing noises, and we now have both infinite buttons to press and infinite ability to keep pressing them forever. We used to make so much community out of simple card games, board games, evening-long dinner parties, and are now instead often dependent on solitary brain being occupied at all times no matter what. Basically, a bunch of companies have now figured out that problem gambling, real-life harassment, fake pranking, pure speculation, podcast and humiliation streams will be fully allowed and extremely popular if all is left unchecked. Are we going to devolve to monkey brain, silly guy, make funny noise at random woman get mad, scroll up, scroll down, like or subscribe, repeat forever? Or are we going to create and follow principled beacons outshining the nothingness these unprincipled, amoral dumbasses keep spewing forever to mostly underage audiences that know basically nothing else? This'll all probably look like an arms race between people who argue which principles are good and people who make no argument at all but who are haha funny or haha relatable. How much we escape the irrational nothing of everything will depend on our ability to effectively, rhetorically, collectively realize how skewered by uniform white noise non-information these endless ads and reels and apathetic lamentations from fake alpha pathetic gay men have now primed us all to become. The only reasonable solution here for you, as one person watching or listening to this, is to find or acknowledge your in-between and don't stop Naruto running toward it till you fully embarrass yourself in front of your crush. Something tells me she or he might subsequently fall in love with you if you play your MTG cards right.